2.
Welcome to Cabomil News and Community Update in English with Korey Riggs and Claudia Velo. Today, if you're listening to us on 96.3 FM Cabomil, it is June 19th, Sunday. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, it may be another day, but you are, we always encourage you to go to Facebook to watch Cabomil News because there's great material. And again, on this show, you're going to see a bunch of beautiful people. So you should definitely check it out. We have great guests today. And Claudia, how are you?
I'm doing great. I am counting the days to the summer solstice, which will officially start on June 21st at 3 a.m. in the morning in Cabo. So that's like when you go to sleep on the 22nd before you get up, that's when summer starts. And there's going to be several online events. We're going to be posting them on our Facebook page at Cabomil News at the bottom of this podcast. So check them out because there's several things that you can join to put good intentions for a bountiful summer and fun summer, hopefully.
Excellent.
And hurricane-free summer here in Los Cabos.
Yes, let's hear that. Hurricane-free summer. I love that.
Yes,
idea.
yes.
Good. So do you have to get up at 3 a.m. to do these things, or is it more of something you do before you go to bed? And then
there'll be at different times, but there's one particular concert that will actually start at 3 a.m. when the solstice is happening. And I'm looking forward to that one. So yeah.
Very good.
I think people can, the thing about rituals is that it's all about the intention. And if your intention is to imprint your summer with positivity, you can do it whenever it pleases you. You know, it's not even about doing it on the 21st of June. It's just about going into it with that positive intention.
Having great intentions. And I also want to mention that our show today is brought to you by Rendezvous Real Estate. So we're excited to have Rendezvous Real Estate always sponsoring our show, sponsor of Cabomil News and Community Update in English. And again, I mentioned a great show today. But let's get some news first, Claudia.
Let's get some news. Well, mobility is still at the top of the news. There has been agreements signed. The private sector, municipal, state, and federal authorities have all come together and agreed. It has been established that there will be emergency returns put up in the Transpeninsular Highway so that in case of an emergency and the traffic jams that we've all talked about, the National Guard will then open these emergency returns to facilitate traffic and to make sure that these long traffic jams don't happen. There continues to be talk about whether or not the toll road will be open and free of tolls, toll-free. And that seems to be moving forward. Also, the municipality, one of the big issues is that the Transpeninsular Highway is a federal road. And therefore, municipal authorities have no jurisprudence, it's outside of their jurisdiction.
Yeah.
So they need to, now it's been approved that the municipal government can't conduct certain actions within the Transpeninsular Highway. They're going to establish what they're calling an urban zone that will start in Cerro Colorado and all the way to San Jose del Cabo, and also an urban zone that will start right around Tesal, closer to Cabo San Lucas, and all the way to Cabo San Lucas. Fonatur has already agreed to move forward with an executive project to propose a solution, which will most likely be an overpass around the Fonatur roundabout at the entrance of San Jose del Cabo. And the same will happen at the entrance of Cabo San Lucas by La Sanluqueña bull ring at the entrance. And that will be funded by the private sector. As we know here in Los Cabos, it is very common to have heavy private sector participation. They are the leaders. They are very proactive in proposing solutions, and things are moving forward in that direction. So all looking very good. But at the end of the day, it comes down to each one of us as drivers being responsible, following the guidelines regarding safety, and most importantly, refraining from using our cell phones for talking or texting while we're driving, just paying attention and being aware of the fact that out there are a lot of drivers they're not doing the right thing. So
Yep.
let's be responsible and do the right thing to minimize the number of traffic accidents that happen, not just on the Trans-Peninsula Highway, but everywhere.
No, excellent news, and more turnarounds, always the better, and making them easier. And the two that you mentioned, that's great news. Anything else in the news, Claudia?
Well, the first scare of the hurricane season is gone. Then there was, and unfortunately, that hit the southern coast of Mexico, and then Blas was approaching. It's opening towards the west. Fortunately, we still have cooler breezes and the water temperature is not so high, so nothing coming in our direction. But preparedness is the key word here, and we want to make sure that everybody is aware of what needs to be done before a hurricane hits, so that we're all prepared. We have to prepare now. Every hurricane expert says one of the most important things you have to do is monitor local news and weather reports. And as everybody knows, Cabomil is the best source for factual. This is what actually is being said by the authorities. So that's very important. Just monitor. And Cabomil is also very conscientious about providing that information in English. So even though the news brief is every day, well, from Tuesday through Friday at 7 p.m., if there is a weather contingency, just tune in and listen to when the break in English will be, because we will be updating you in case of a weather contingency. The other thing that you want to do is stock in emergency supplies, and that means having at least 3 days of non-perishable food for you and your pets. Anything that you need to have on a regular basis, like medication, any prescription medicine, you want to have at least a month's supply of your medications, and also have enough water. Like here in Cabo, everybody buys the garrafones, the big 19-liter jugs of water. So have a few of those. And then we're going to talk about water.
We're going to talk about a lot about water in a few minutes.
So we can then go into that, and make sure that you have all your important documents in a waterproof envelope in a go bag, which is what you would take in case of a need to evacuate the place where you are.
Absolutely. And before we get into water, I heard a rumor, Claudia, that tennis is back.
Tennis is back. It is happening August 1st through the 6th. This is the 6th edition of the Abierto de Tenis Mifel. Everybody knows it as also the ATP, the Los Cabos ATP. And this year it's going back for its first official time at the Cabo Sports Complex. They were there last year, but last year was a closed door event. This year it's open to the public. So yay, that's cool.
And there's some great players coming. Daniel Medvedev, Felix Auger-Aliassime, and Cameron Norrie will be like kind of the headliners, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, did you know that Daniel Medvedev is the #2 ATP ranking, and he's Russian? And Feli is not coming back. Feliciano, who was the sweetheart of the ATP, and we were all chanting, "Vamos, Feli." Well, this year we can change it to Medvedev. He's cute, people. So you get out there and chant.
And get your tickets at the box office located at Cabo Sports Complex in front of Solares Hotel, or at Palmilla Dunes, or you can visit abiertoloscabos.com. And we'll put that on our page.
Absolutely.
I didn't roll my R's too much. Abierto.
There you go.
Cabos.com. Well, Claudia, you know that I am a biohacker. I don't even want to say kind of a biohacker. I definitely am. And I am always looking at new things, and I love exploring new things. I do the ice baths, which we talked about a lot, do intermittent fasting, red light therapy, lots of things, the compression therapy. And you've actually had the opportunity to try some of those things.
Yeah.
But one of the things that we don't think a lot, we just take for granted, is the water that we drink. And one of the things that I ran into is something called Kangen water, which I brought right here. And we are so excited because I love this water. And we've invited Arena Gómez, who introduced me to this world, to the show to talk about it, because I can tell you how much energy I have and how much better I'm feeling right now. I've been drinking this water for about 2 weeks now, I believe. But Arena, you're going to tell us, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Hi guys, how are you? Thank you for having me here. I'm super honored to be here and talking about water, which is so important to us, but we forget, right? Sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. We take it for granted, as Korey said.
Absolutely. So tell us what is it about this water, and just basically what you do. How did you get into this? I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I would love to explain my story. So 2 years ago, I was living in Barcelona. I was on a really toxic environment and a corporate job. So this kind of deteriorate my health in a way, because I was not sleeping well, I was not having a healthy diet, and I was not doing well mentally. So I came to a lot of things like holistic wellness, just like Rick said, like Korey said, I just went to a lot of things that were trying to provide me a better health, but I forget about the water, right? So they all tell me about, you need to just lever your pH. The pH on your body is not the same as your stomach, your nails, your hair, and your blood. So at the end, I didn't realize that I was eating a lot of acidity on my body, and also the water that I was consuming was stuck on plastic bottles, which I don't know how much time they spend on the plastic. So they have a lot of chemicals in there, but they also are acidic, right? So at the end, I just watched a demo that explained everything about how this water works. And I connected a lot of dots, like I realized that I'm also like a plant that needs to have like a special pH for my body, and that I am 70% water. I was made out of water. My body was just working out of water, but you don't drink water. So for me, I connected the dots and I started drinking the water. And this water, what made me I went to a really detox that was so strong that I never experienced before. Like I was able to release all these free radicals that my body was just
holding on
to so many years, and that you don't even like realize how dehydrated your body is until you drink this water. So I don't want to like say this is like super magical water, because I'm not able to say that, but what I can say is this water is made for your body. Why? Because this water simulates the energy of waterfall, the energy of all the water when it falls down, and then it passes through the stones. It gets some minerals and it gets some ion. Negative ions are so good for your body because these are super antioxidants for you. So you're able to take all of these free radicals that you're saving on your holding into your body from your diet, which is sometimes really acidic, your liquid ingestion too, because we all tend to drink Coca-Cola or maybe decarbonated water, which is also super acidic. So at the end, this water, what has to be so special is it has three properties. It's hydrogen rich, which hydrogen is the water that is highly hydrogen rich. It's very good for your body because this is a strong antioxidant. So this allows you to release all these free radicals, but it also makes you feel like super hydrated. So your body, your brain, and everything is functioning on a really hydrating level. So you only need like 5% of dehydration to not feel okay, and your body, it's like not working on your optimal level. The other two properties that we have is that it's super alkalized. This means that it has no chemicals on it because it's a chemical process. The machine, what it does is not only filters the water, it turns your regular tap water into first filter water, and then we have some titanium plates that electroshock the water. So this is like through electrolysis, like simulating the energy of the waterfalls to make the ions.
But then let me just ask you this, because it's very interesting when we talk about alkaline water, because a lot of people now buy the bottles of alkaline water. I mean, I was buying it because I always heard, well, alkaline is better for you. And you mentioned something that alkalized is different than alkaline.
Yes.
And
we tend to just think that alkaline water is just alkaline, right? So what I discover is that alkaline is one thing and alkalized is another thing. Alkaline is a chemical process, you know, like when people use their drops on a pool and they see, oh, okay, this is the pH and I need to add a few more chemicals to the water to level the pH of the water. So that's an alkaline process through chemical process. And alkalinization means alkalize. It's through electricity. So basically this process is done through electrolysis. So it changes the molecular to turn it alkaline in a way where you don't use any chemicals. So when your body takes this water, your stomach is not gonna change the pH of this water. You know, your gastric acids are too strong, so they could move the pH of the other kind of alkaline water because they're just a chemical process. But this water, because it's no chemicals, it's gonna last alkaline on your body for much longer. So you're taking all the benefits right there.
yeah, I think it's just because we have a few minutes left, but I wanted to just get into basically talking about the machine, what it is.
Oh, yeah.
But one of the things I noticed about the water, because when I first heard about it, I was like, first of all, the machine's not cheap. I mean, there's some cost to it. And I was I wasn't really convinced until I started trying the water, and it does taste very smooth. I do feel better. I mean, it's amazing. The other thing that's happened is I'm thinking about water a lot more. And so I drink a lot more. And so that is something that most people need to do, because most of us walk around dehydrated, and that's a huge thing. So now that I'm thinking more about water, I'm drinking it, it tastes better. And I can tell you the people that I've given the water to already for my machine, they're like, oh my gosh, I love it. And they're coming back over to fill up the water. But there's also some health benefits. And tell us some stories about people that when they drink this water, what happens to them, to their skin?
Oh, there's a lot of beautiful testimonials, because at the end, like you said, a lot of people health issues are related to dehydration. There's an amazing book called You're Not Sick, You're Dehydrated. I really recommend looking into that, because it's all related, right? So there's people that are able to reduce their high blood pressure, also lose weight because of the detox, also get rid of the brain fog. Also, you can get rid of some depression, anxiety medication, because your body is more energized. You start to produce the hormones that you need, so your body is not fighting against your acidity all the time. You're also able to have some anti-aging effects on you, because one thing is that you cannot like stop aging, but sure, you can slow it down. So this machine, what does is produces the water for you to be on your optimal levels, so you don't fight all the time these free radicals. So there's a lot of people that had amazing testimonials. Like, I don't really have time to say all this, but if you want to get in touch with me, also we have this page. It's called theawakening.esp. We're sharing information there, and you can just always follow me on my social media, which is Arena Gómez-Junco or Arena Gómez-Junco. And I'll be happy to share more testimonials, because I have tons of them, and just it's crazy how people are just healing with water. And as you mentioned, this machine, it's able to produce 7 types of water. We know it's not a cheap machine, but you can give more than 100 uses to these types of water. So you can replace deodorant or mouthwash or something as toxic as chloro or like bleach, or also you can replace your detergent laundry. So at the end, it's just not making an investment for yourself and the water that you drink, which is you stop renting the water outside, is you replacing a lot of toxic products, they only produce trash and they're not good for you.
Well, it's very, we're coming up to a break, and we're gonna, over the break, the bonus material we're gonna have on Facebook Live is you're gonna show us the machine. So we'll
Yes.
have you do that. But
Exactly.
thank you so much. And I think, I mean, look at your skin. It's very nice. So it's got to be the water.
Yeah, I actually don't wear any more makeup because my skin looks so much better that I drink this water. Just think like you're a plant, right? So what happens when you don't give water to your plant? It's gonna be all like dead and
Gonna be shriveled.
yeah, and it's gonna look dry, no? So at the end, when we realize that we're also plants and we work like a plant, everything starts to make more sense. And it's been 2 years since I don't drink any Coca-Cola or any other products because my body doesn't accept any more other drinks than just this water.
Well, Renata, thank you for being here. We're gonna keep you over the break. We're gonna look a little bit at the machine. Before we let you go, we want to remind you that our sponsor for the show is Ronaval Real Estate and Property Management, located throughout Baja Sur. They're everywhere, Claudia, as we know. They're everywhere.
They are.
Led by Nick Fogg and Rocio Montaño, they provide full circle real estate services from sales, property management, vacation rentals, rehab projects, and new construction. Google RONIVAL Real Estate. That's RONIVAL Real Estate, and experience real estate the right way. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages.